Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips, and today we have round 2 of our pilot testing for the Oosik Irregulars Long Expedition Rimward, also known as the OILER program. Today's fodder candidates
Welcome, Commander.
taken from our self-selected suggestions from the Oosik Irregulars on the Penny Arcade forums. First up, we have Hellbore. Hellbore, though a longtime Oosik pilot, Hellbore has not done much to distinguish himself among the unit, instead serving as an able support pilot and generally just being around to drink the booze. Now coming off a long furlough, some suspect alcohol poisoning, Hellbore has once again volunteered to be at the forefront of the Oosik Lances, getting shot to hell and loving every minute. Decent gunnery, decent guts, piloting and tactics kind of average, brings Bulwark to the table today, so we'll get to exercise that a bit more. Pilot number 2, since we can find them in the list, Noodles. How Lieutenant Mao managed to graduate from officers' school is anyone's guess. She couldn't tell you. She was too drunk to remember most of it. Mao suffers from an odd case of high-functioning alcoholism. While in the lucid zone between buzzed and blacked out, she demonstrates remarkable instincts and battlefield awareness, though it could be argued she is more on edge because she's seeing 2 of every enemy sensor blip, as well as an overall looseness to her manner that translates into surprisingly fluid, if somewhat unsteady, control of her battle mech. Unfortunately, it also results in very loose aim. She would be lucky to hit the broadside of an Overlord dropship from the inside. Noodles has a gunnery of 1, which is going to be an interesting thing to work around, but she has an amazing tactics score of 8, good piloting, decent guts, and brings evasive move to the lance. Our third pilot today is Rook. Rook's career history could best be described as out of the frying pan into the fire. Wherever he goes, trouble seems to follow, yet Messer has always managed to avoid getting killed or becoming dispossessed. If he had more ambition, his ability to stay calm in tricky situations might make for a solid officer, but Rook's horrible luck and history of poor life choices have discouraged him from aspiring to be anything more than a good lance mate. While a relative newcomer to the Oosiks, Messer's always been somewhat restless and eager to see what else is out there, so few were surprised when he chose to sign up with the Oilers. The real question is why they agreed to take him. Rook brings middling to low scores. Gunnery 7 is good, piloting 6 is good, we can work with that. Guts 3, tactics 4, so that'll be interesting to see how that impacts the match. But he also brings 2 skills, precision strike and evasive move to the table. And our final pilot in today's Oiler training simulation, Confusion. Confusion is a relatively new addition to the Oosiks. He's mostly an all-arounder rather than a specialist, but this allows him to deploy to almost any battlefield and thus secure new and exotic clickers the Oosiks might need. He shows an unusual fondness for his Hunchback 4P, affectionately named Quasimodo, as well as the particularly effective and extremely dangerous ability of irritating fellow Oosik callsign Padre, to the point of receiving many rounds of, quote, friendly fire from the venerable pilot, costing the unit many hundreds of thousands of C-bills and repairs. It has been noted that during these, quote, incidents, Confusion could be heard laughing over comms. So Confusion brings gunnery 5, piloting 7, better on the stick than the guns, guts 6, and tactics 4, with multi-target. And that's our lance. Of pilots, at least. Now, today, we need to give them some rides. So, we're going to start out with Confusion at the bottom, who is going to be riding in on that mentioned Hunchback 4P. Rook is going to be piloting one of our fatties today. I think we're going to put him somewhere in the neighborhood of oh, let's say, not that awesome. Let's go with this awesome. Rook would prefer to be in a Marauder, but supply lines are what they are. Noodles. We're going to come back to Noodles, because I'm not sure yet. But Hellbore is an easy pick, because Hellbore prefers himself a Centurion. So we're going to run right over and grab him the Autocannon 10 variant of the Centurion. Also, it looks like we're going to need to move up to at least a battle. But, you know, let's give us all the headroom we need. So, Noodles. What do we want Noodles in? Noodles is going to land in a medium of some description, and I would prefer she be in something, given her astonishing skills. Something that would make for a good infighter. And I think that might end up being something in the neighborhood of a Hunchback or Kentaro. We don't need to go all the way down to Centurions though. So let's use all these C-bills we got available to us. Let's go Kentaro, and then also hopefully, given the volume of missiles that the Kentaro can throw, we can make up for that abysmally low gunnery skill. That lands us on a $24.2 million budget, well within the 25. And as per all OILER training scenarios, we're going to go back to the Heavy Striker Lance and replace the pilot of the Victor with Sumo. Today we're going to go, instead of to River Crossing, we're going to its frozen cousin, Alpine River. No particular reason, I just feel like changing up the view a little bit. Frozen Day. And let's see how our second lance of Oosik's pilots fares today.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
So the first round of OILER training, OILER simulation testing, went fairly well. We lost a pilot, unfortunately, to a headshot. But the team pretty much cleaned up, taking no further losses and downing the entire enemy lance. Today's lineup's going to be a little bit... I'm predicting it to be a little bit strange to coordinate because of some very extreme choices to pilots. So, Hellbore in his Centurion. We're not going to dally around too much. I'm just looking to see what kind of line I want to take toward the middle. Left is not great. It could go straight down. I could kind of go around the right here. Let's just take a quick look at the mechs. So we've got the Centurion.
What now?
Got our Kentaro.
Reporting.
PPCs. Kind of want to stand off. Definitely want to get to the river for Rook.
Ready to rock.
And Confusion's Hunchback wants to get to the river. So I think we just make a mad dash for the river and get this party started.
Got it. How might I help? Confirm. 10-4.
And away we go.
What's the plan?
So we've got a fair bit of evasion on our team. Noodles and Rook both have it.
Hey.
We're not in enemy contact yet, but I think what's going to end up happening is Noodles and Rook are going to be our frontline tanks,
You have orders?
while Confusion and Hellbore sit just behind them, avail themselves of the cooling waters of the river,
Stepping by.
and fire a bajillion guns at the enemy team.
Skipper.
So let's. I want them to move forward, but I want to kind of start to line up this arrangement into 2x2. That'll work. So we got our 2 evasive pilots here. Got our 2 shooter pilots here. Ah, Noodles. What am I going to do with you, Noodles? That gunnery is so bad.
Go to sunset, right?
Alright, so what do we got? Apparently nobody's good enough with their sensors to know what that is. I'm going to go out on a limb. Oh, and there we go. That answers that question. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. This Jenner Paradise wants a piece of my Lance action here. Alright, so 3 mediums on the go. Let's start with, what do we got? So we can either 62% melee for 70 damage, or we can 45%. 45% at point blank range. Wow. Okay. This Jenner has rolled up on my position so fast and so hard. I'm caught a little off guard. Part of me wants to punch it to see if I can knock it out of evasion. But 62% is... That's real rough. But the other alternative, or the alternative, is to throw missiles at it. God, if you just throw a bajillion missiles at it and hope that a bunch of them land. But we know how that goes. We've seen how evasion just can completely obviate entire salvos, entire Alpha Strikes worth of mech attacks. Man. Okay. Not great. So, let's lean on the thing that maybe is slightly more likely to hit. Also, I would also like to get these people to better positions. Go there. Go there. I just don't trust this interface anymore. There. Engage. Okay, there we go. Come on, land that hit, Noodles. There we go. And it lost evasive, which is exactly where we want to be. Thank you, Noodles. Gonna have to replace that 12-pack in your cockpit, aren't we?
What do you need?
I think.
Yup.
Okay, so Rook is in our. Actually, what is going on here? Oh yeah, Rook's in our awesome. Oh, that's interesting. I got my pilot assignments a little off, so one of our evasive pilots is in the awesome. That makes this a little weird to figure out. Okay, we can stand to go here, face this way,
Copy that, Commander.
and for one round, not need to dive immediately into the water. Oh, those numbers aren't great, but Noodles cracked an armor panel. We could get some good work here. Confusion
Now let's see how you handle
with the
this.
lasers. Oh, got a couple shots on that side torso. Nice, we like to see that. Opened up
Inflicted
its...
some nasty on that sumbitch.
Opened up some side torsos. Here come the indirect LRMs from the enemy team. Or, actually, those were direct. Those were directly fired. That's fine. We can manage this. Hellbore doesn't need to use his precision shot at our bulwark. Actually, bulwark would be great right now. Let's see. Can we get you to a position that gets you shot? Not obviously. So we'll go here. Hellbore is going to pull up into the trees, turn a slight left, torso twist, point at the Jenner, skip the missiles. Screw it. Throw the missiles too. It's 35%, but we've got heat scale and ammo to work with. And we really would love... Hellbore. We would love to kill this Jenner right now. Hey, there we go. Cool. LRMs. Sometimes you just need to fling missiles at stuff and hope for the best. Alright, so... Lance 2 comes up with their first kill pretty easy on a Jenner that got way, way out of position. So the next step is to get our man Rook in the Awesome down into the river. Rook brought to us by courtesy of H3 Knuckles from the Penny Arcade forums. Hey, Knuckles. Man, this enemy team is just driving on our position today.
Yeah.
So, we're going to get Noodles moving. Again, not great positions, and we know that Noodles, courtesy of Sinjin from the Penny Arcade forums. Hey, Sinjin. Is probably not going to land many of these hits, although 50% coin flips. Coin flips are alright. We can deal with coin flips. Let's skip the LRM. Yeah, let's skip the LRM 5 for now. And let's see how... So, coin flips to hit, and also coin flips because of evasion. So... We're firing 18 missiles and 2 medium lasers, so like 20 shots. I would presume maybe 5 or less of these actually hit. But she's got the guns. There's no reason not to use them. Got a laser. Actually landed a remarkable number of missiles there. That was 4. Actually, I think we landed right about where math says we should have. Our man Rook.
Clearly, we're dealing with amateur.
Dodging in his Awesome. So, Hellbore and Confusion. I would love to get Confusion from the Penny Arcade forums again, courtesy of Confusion himself. Would love to get him down into the water. Heat's gonna become a problem real quick. So let's go to here. He's only one turn away from the river, so that's workable, I think. This turn might run him a little hot if I take this giant list of coin flips to shoot with. But yeah, no, we got enough scale. Yes, it's evasion. Yes, it's coin flips, but this team is... Okay, so we landed 2 out of the 8. That's about what we would expect.
Aye, aye.
Getting some damage in when we can is important, even if it is on maybe a less than optimal target with less than optimal odds. Hellbore, we want you to just kind of plant front and center, but I also want you to be using your missiles in a way that is not useless.
Confirmed. Roger.
Yep, missing without a cannon, dodging, missing. Spray of missiles. Spray of missiles gets there. Alright. Oh boy, here come the chunky parts of their team.
You have
And
orders?
we're down to Rook. Okay. Well, we're definitely moving Rook. There's no question to that. He's got decent PPC numbers from here if we just get into the forest, so let's do that. I'm not thrilled at throwing 30 heat worth of PPCs at an evasive target, because probably one of these hits. But yeah, one of them. Oh, and sure, we break his evasion finally through overwhelming damage. Oh, Confusion taking some fire to the left side, but he's got the cover. Soaks it easy.
Need me to hold still for you?
Alright. start with Noodles. Can she get into melee? Yep. Noodles can get to melee. We're going to turn her to the left side. 100% chance to hit. We are not going to get better numbers than that. Could go for that leg, would be real good. Well, CT's good too. We like hitting the CT. And the knockdown. Oh, I smell some real unpleasant things about to happen to this enemy quick draw. Noodles is going to take some damage, but that's fine. She can take it. So the question becomes,
What do you need?
we got Tactics 5, Tactics 4. Alright, so let's go with Hellbore first. Somehow get this last bit of forested terrain here. We're going to fling it all. We've got the heat scale to work with, I think. Nope, we don't. Alright, let's drop the alarm off. And let's see if Hellbore can score us an easy headshot kill. Nope, got the CT. Yeah, got the head with some lasers.
Got past his armor.
Hellbore doing good work. Let's see if Confusion can snipe the kill.
I'm rolling.
Get him down into the river where we want that giant laser boat hanging out. Plenty of heat scale to work with. We almost don't need to headshot this guy, but we're gonna try anyway because salvage is good, salvage is great, salvage is life, salvage is love. And Confusion fails to confirm the kill. Oh, that's gonna end poorly for our friends here. Takes an AC-20 round to the right arm.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Soaks it. Keeps himself upright.
How might I help?
Alright, Rook. Already running hot. So we're going to have to get down into the river post-haste turn, and the Victor is just out into optimal range. So fire away, my friend.
Go.
Oof, 2 of 3 hit. Alright. Was hoping for all 3, but we'll take it. Quick Draw is going to get back on its feet, and if it's smart, it's just going to pop a white flag and run. Noodles taking the brunt of the Quick Draw's assault.
I'm gonna die.
Oh boy. Alright.
Yes, Commander.
Noodles, you did such a good job on that first guy. Can you do it on the second? 100% chances to hit. There we go. We can open up that left torso.
That looked like a critical hit.
It's not bad. I forget what their last man back there is. Was it Kentaro? I don't know. It's got some missiles, so clearly.
What do you need?
Alright, Confusion looking to finish the job on this Quick Draw. Turns, spins,
Affirmative.
lines up the shot. Even gets the small laser involved.
Locking on with all weapons.
And it fails to confirm the kill 2 rounds in a row. Spreading the damage a little thin. Hellbore into the river. Let's see. Hellbore into the river and parking it. Actually, Hellbore doesn't need to do anything. He could park it from there. Ideally, we'd park him further forward, though. Oh, doesn't have a line of sight. Alright. We are going to have to move. Moving for position. Let's see if he can snake the kill that Confusion was not able to confirm. We've got the heat scale. We've got the river working in our advantage. Throw some garbage missiles plus some good shots from the rest of the guns. Missing the autocannon, landing some lasers. Still can't confirm the kill, but gets the leg on the quick draw. Quick draw goes down. Enemy Victor, somewhat confused as to this overwhelming display of firepower.
Reporting.
Rook moves for position. Gets a line on this Victor. 95s to hit. We love those odds.
Locking on target.
But he is guarded, so taking half damage. The ailing quick draw still in the fight. Gets up. But what has it got? A jump to the middle of the pack and a guarded move. Confusion sees blood in the water. Can get from its right side. Move, turn.
Move order received.
And lasers away.
Here we go.
There is so little chance he does not confirm this kill. And there he goes. Finally chips his way through the center torso. The Quasi-Mofo taking home 1 kill tally.
Damage looks light, Commander.
Noodles is holding up her end of the bargain at the end of the river. Meanwhile,
Aye, aye.
Hellbore. Move and turn.
Heading out.
Bulwark. I keep thinking that that's precision strike, but nope. Gonna rain fire down on this Victor that has moved well out of position. Autocannon to the torso. Missiles streaming in. Occasional hits. Bit of laser fire there.
Standing by.
Noodles, however, has no need for your primitive guns, for she has the even more primitive fists.
I'd rather use
And wrecks some Victor side torso in the process. Getting the job done in the old style. Oh, but Confusion, targeted by AC-20 rounds, takes the full salvo, keeps his feet.
You have orders?
Rook continuing to get good position and good numbers for his PPC salvos. 2 hits, one of them CT, one of them probably transferred to the CT. Noodles continues to take the indirect fire. Bit of splash damage. Team's holding up well, though.
Standing by.
Hellbore doesn't need to move, so he ain't gonna. We're gonna get that sweet, sweet bulwark here. Fires his guns. Autocannon 10 transfers to the CT. Missiles in. And we get the knockdown.
Right here.
In a rare opportunity to leverage her tactics, Noodles turning around, lining up the shot on the fallen Victor. We're going for the head because she's never going to get an opportunity this good again. Fire all the guns.
Affirmative. Critical hit, Commander.
Doesn't confirm the kill, but sprays damage all over the Victor. Opening up arms, side torso, very nearly getting the head open, leaving the CT pretty damaged. Confusion should be able to take the kill.
You got it.
Moves in with his 80%. Not joking around this time. Center of mass to get the job done. And finishes it.
Target down.
So far, Oosik's Team B in the OILER simulation program
Reporting.
doing solid work. With only one enemy combatant left, this should be pretty much game. We just need to get over to that medium mech. There we go, that's the Kentaro. Rook's awesome moves forward, evading, dodging shots.
Yep.
Hellbore wants to line up some weapon fire of his own. Moves to the left side of the river.
Roger.
Takes aim. Long range shot, so we're just going to fling LRMs.
Engaging target.
Causing probably more collateral damage than damage on the target.
Standing by.
Noodles has no need for your niceties. She's going to charge straight up. Give this other Kentaro something to think about while the rest of the team moves up.
Orders.
Confusion likewise wants to get a line and fire on this guy, but we are having problems negotiating terrain. So we can go down through, or we can down over. I think we go down over. Ooh, just barely.
All right, let's move.
Okay, get to there.
How might I help?
Rook, on the other hand, doesn't need much. Moves to here, turn. He's going to get obstruction from Noodles, having been a bit overzealous in her move forward, but 70%. Could use inspiration, gonna pass. Lands 2 of the 3 hits, that's pretty good. We'll take that. And then back to the top of the order. Kentaro choosing to engage in honorable combat, but missing. Oh. I smell a beatdown. Do you? Because Noodles is in here, and she is ready to knock a mofo out.
Moving to position.
Although you didn't move the way I wanted. That's fine. Good slam to the arm. 84% chance to hit. Nothing to sneeze at.
What do you need?
Confusion. No longer has line of sight. We're going to have to reposition him. Ever so slightly. Ooh. Backside. Juicy, juicy rear armor on this Kentaro with all these lasers. Stands a good chance to do some real work here. Peeling that armor off. Composite armor slagging to the ground. Hellbore's turn up next. Moving to position to get his guns online. Moves up onto the nice cold rock. Cold rock in the distance says, yes, you may fire your guns. Auto cannon 10 coming in. Lasers. Some LRM splash damage. Kentaro's having a real bad day.
What's the plan?
Rook taking another step, turning, getting line with his PPCs and letting rip.
Target confirmed.
2 of the 3 hit, shearing off an arm, knocking down the Kentaro. It's going to get a chance to get up, fortunate for it, because Noodles could have gone to town with her missile array and her tactics skill, but is now reduced to taking a punch. Loses an arm, but that's okay. They give you 2.
Standing by.
Noodles has no problem whatsoever bringing the heat with the remaining arm. Choosing instead to charge. Gets in on the body of the Kentaro.
Aye, aye.
Hellbore has no need to move. Has a great firing solution to a very damaged Kentaro, missing with the autocannon, but popping open the side torso with lasers and missiles. Confusion still has a good firing solution across the hill, through the buildings, in the water, no need to move. Rear side, lines up the shot, and finishes the job on the remaining enemy combatant. And that, my friends, is OILER Team 2 victorious without losses. No freak accidents today, my friends. Against an enemy that chose to push very hard into our position and was shown what for as a consequence. 11 rounds, 26 minutes, almost 27 minutes, and the team comes out really, really clean. Noodles loses an arm and a medium laser to go with it, but other than that, this is pretty safe to say this is what you call a curb stomp. Kills all around. Work done. Enemy forces. We don't need no stinking salvage as we just tear our way through the enemy lance. Center torsos and side torsos ripped clean as Oiler Team 2 gets the job done. And that'll be all for today, my friends. The Oiler program continues to pay dividends and show promise for our groups of pilots as they vie for an opportunity to travel to the Aurigan Reach. And that'll be all for today's BattleTech in the Morning. I am Captain Nips as always, and I will see all of you in the next video.